Good morning, my dear students. A very warm welcome to today's science class. We are doing the chapter Body Movement, and in the previous class we have discussed about bones, skeleton system and skull. So now let us do a quick recap of what we have done in the previous class. So in the previous class we discussed about bones, skull and the skeleton system. Bones provide support, protection, movement and perform several other functions. It is due to the presence of the bones in our body we are able to do various functions. Skeleton is the internal structure in organism which helps in bringing about movement. It is due to the skeleton system, which is made up of bones, that we are able to do different movements and we perform different activities. The skeleton system forms a framework that gives the shape of the body and provides support to the organism. So our body has a particular shape, and this is due to the presence of the skeleton system, which is a framework that gives the particular shape to an organism. The bones in the skull gives protection to the brain. So today we are going to discuss about ribcage and backbone. So after today's class you will be able to explain ribcage and backbone. You will understand the functions of ribcage and backbone, and you will also know how we can take care of backbone. So what is ribcage? Yes, ribcage is a box-like structure that connects the chest bone and the backbone. So you can see the picture in the slide that how does a ribcage looks like. So it is a box-like structure and it connects the chest bone and the backbone. Ribs, sternum and thoracic vertebra are the parts of the ribcage. So the center broad bone is called the sternum, and the small bones which are connected to the sternum or attached to the sternum is called the ribs, and thoracic vertebra is the part of the vertebral column which is connected to the rib cage. Yes, so these three components make up the rib cage: the ribs, sternum and thoracic vertebra. There are 12 pairs of ribs along with backbone make a cone-shaped cage, and since it is cage-like structure we call it rib cage. Now what is the function of rib cage? So the thoracic cage can expand and contract to facilitate breathing in association with the diaphragm. So you can see in the diagram that the lungs are present and protected inside the rib cage. So lungs are associated with the breathing process. The lungs expand and contract. The thoracic cage can expand and contract to facilitate the breathing associated with the diaphragm. The main function of rib cage is to protect the delicate organs which is present inside the rib cage called lungs, heart and other organs of the thoracic cavity. So now let's see what is backbone and where is it located. Backbone is located on the backside of body. It is composed of vertebrae. Vertebrae are small individual bones that interlocked with each other to form the spinal column. So here you can see the backbone, the long backbone, and the backbone is not made up of one piece of bone, because if it is made up of one piece of bone we would not be able to bend our body. Yes, so it is made up of small individual 33 individual bones that interlock with each other to form the spinal column. The vertebrae are numbered and divided into regions called the cervical, thoracic, lumbar, sacrum and coccyx. It forms a hollow bony tube and the main nerve cord called the spinal cord passes through it. So the spinal cord conveys the message from the brain to different parts of the body, and which part of the bone is protecting the spinal cord? It is the backbone. Now, how do we find out that backbone is present in our body? Now, if you tell somebody to bend as it is shown in the picture, and you go and touch the bone which comes out when a person bends in this way, yes, so we feel the bone. So that bone is the backbone. So you can try it out at home. You can tell somebody to bend and try to touch the toes with the hands, yes, keeping the knees straight, and you can go and touch the back of the person. So you will feel the bone, and that bone is called the backbone. Now, what is the function of the backbone? The vertebrae protects and supports the spinal cord. As I have said, that it provides space for the spinal cord to move through, and they also bear the majority of the weight put upon our spine. So the weight which is put upon our spine is actually bared by the backbone. So these are the two main functions of backbone. So since now we know what is the function of the backbone, it is very important for us to protect our backbone. Now, how can we protect our backbone? So the backbone can be protected by doing stretching exercises. You can get into a habit of daily stretches to promote your spinal health. So here in the first picture, you can see some stretching exercises. Now, another important thing is to sit in a correct posture. We should avoid sitting with poor posture because the discs in our lower spine are loaded even more with a poor sitting posture than standing. So as I have said that the weight is bared by the spine. So it becomes very important for us to sit in a good posture. Poor posture will lead to various problems. If you have to sit for a long period of time, then get up and walk around intermittently. That means you should in between get up and walk around, because you should not sit at a stretch for a long time. Yes, so here you can see the correct sitting posture. You should keep your backbone straight when you sit. You should not bend, and if you are doing that, it is actually hurting the backbone. The next way how you can protect your backbone is brisk walking at work or outside will help you to maintain a proper weight, and it will keep your backbone protected. The posture while sleeping is also very important. So sleep well in a good position. So the sleeping position should be correct so that it does not affect the backbone. So now you have understood what is ribcage and backbone and what are the functions of ribcage and backbone. You also came to know how we can protect our backbone and how we can keep the health of the backbone good. So let us summarize what we have learned today. Ribcage is a box-like structure that protects our heart, lungs and other organs of the thoracic cavity. Backbone is a long bone that runs at the backside of our body. It protects the spinal cord. We should sit and sleep in correct posture to protect our backbone, and we should go for brisk walk and do stretching exercise in order to keep the health of our backbone good. So this is what we have for today's class. Thank you and have a great day.